Right. Not just to leave, right. They're all crowded together in there. All right. This is lesson 2 of Better Relationships. Specifically, we're going to talk about learning to love, and this is part 1 in 3 classes that are all tied together, where we will develop the different and explanation of the 5 different love languages. Today we're going to talk about 2 of those, words of affirmation and receiving gifts. And Ken is passing out some sheets with an overview of each of those on it. Also, if you would like a copy of the love language inventory that we did last week, I still have a bunch of those. So if you weren't here and would like to discover your love language, just come up after class and I'll get those to you. Had several conversations about this after class, and my wife and I always talk about things like this. If we find something that's really practical and that can help us with our relationship with one another, we talk about it, and then we start talking about all our kids, and so we're just really grateful to have been able to look at this again. One of the conversations I had was just a statement or a question that all of these love languages are equally important. And I think there's a no and a yes answer to that statement or that question. No, in regards to you individually, that you're going to have 1 or 2 of those that are going to speak closely to you, who you are. It's going to be your love language. But as I got to thinking about it, we need to be able to speak all 5 of these love languages efficiently and effectively, because everyone we run into is going to be different. Certainly people within our family, they're all going to have a different love language. It may be similar, not the same, and so they can miss as they're communicating love to one another. But we should be able to speak all 5 of these together. I started out last week also highlighting this, and again, I just wanted to get it before us. Gary Chapman said, "I would be so bold as to suggest that life's greatest happiness is found in good relationships, and life's deepest hurt is found in bad relationships." And speaking these love languages will help us to build better relationships in all of our relationships. Sometimes we might just think about a husband and wife relationship, but this has application to all of our relationships, to our friendships, certainly to our kids, to even the people we work with and the people that we have close friendships with. We can enhance those relationships by being able to speak the 5 love languages. Now, what are the 5 love languages? Okay, what are they? Gifts. Physical touch. Words of affirmation. Acts of service. Quality time. Okay, those are the 5 basic ways that we communicate love and receive love. Thank you, sir. All right, love you too. It will affect, and one of the things that I really want us to think about is how it can affect our church family in our relationships with one another. That may demand that we spend time together to get to know each other, and being able to show love and express love and receive love in different ways. I think that'll make us stronger and closer. The first love language that we'll talk about today is the words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. our goal is to develop a positive linguistic environment, whether it be in our homes, in the places where we work, and certainly in the church. And of course, the home is the place where we do most of our learning about how we relate to other people. And so I want to give an example from a situation that involved a young man named Brian. Brian was a very skilled football player. Played in high school, played in college, and he had success in playing football. But his parents didn't necessarily like what he was doing, and so they often would discourage him related to it. But since it was something he found success in, then he felt like he wanted to pursue it. He didn't pursue it at the professional level, but he wonders if he could have done that. But what he began to have struggles with, and this is always true, just because we're good at one thing doesn't mean we're going to be good at different things in life, but when it comes to relationships, we don't do so well. We could be very successful financially, career-wise, but just really stink in our relationships. And so this was the case with Brian.